Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching this Netflix review. The fact that you willing to sacrifice a few minutes out of your day to consume my content really means the world to me. For those of you that are not aware, I review everything that gets released on Netflix. I want to save you time and let you know if it's a good, bad, or completely mediocre series. I want to become your go-to Netflix guy. So guys, subscribe to my channel. I want to keep you updated. And today we're going to be talking about The Wedding Coach. Okay. Some context for you. I recently proposed to my fiance. I think it was very beautiful. I love her with all my heart. She's the best. I cannot wait to marry her. So I was incredibly excited for this series. This is literally a series dedicated to people that are on my chapter of life. I'm busy planning a wedding with my fiance. So of course, I wanted to watch a series where I get to see people in a very similar chapter in life to me. I want to see how people are struggling with this wedding planning, with this idea that you're getting married. I wanted to see how they're going to deal with this. And ultimately, I was disappointed. So the series is about Jamie Lee, who is the wedding coach. And she goes out to all of these different couples that are struggling in the final days of their wedding planning and helps them out. Sounds fun and exciting and interesting, and it seems like a series that could be full of drama, but light-hearted drama, and ends happily, and you feel happy when the characters succeed, when the husband and wife get married. It's very, very exciting. It's very sweet. That's not what happens in the series. It becomes a Jamie Lee spotlight show where I feel like this entire series is just that Jamie Lee can stand in the spotlights and say, look at all these people I've helped. I'm such a good person. That's honestly the vibe I get from this series. Because at the end of the day, all of the problems that she faces in solving these wedding problems could have been solved so easily by anyone else. I don't believe she earns the moniker of wedding coach. The entire series was really annoying me. Again, whenever I get really annoyed, I make sure I take notes so I can relay on everything to you guys. So let's just read through my list of everything and I can let you guys know how I feel. I simply started with, oh my word, I rolled my eyes so hard. There were so many moments in this series that I actively groaned or winced because it was either cringe or just plain annoying. When I was busy watching this series, I looked through a bunch of other reviews, and one review described this series as loud and gross, and I completely agree with that sentiment. Jamie Lee's approach to everything, I feel, is incredibly, incredibly inappropriate. I wrote down here, I disagree with so much of what she said and how she approached so much of it. It might just be how we approach weddings differently and what they symbolize. But then I go on to talk about the way she approaches these situations. I've never heard so much swearing in a series about weddings. She's got a filthy mouth. I heard... There's two phrases that really annoyed me as well. And one of them was, these lights make me so horny. Is that really necessary in a wedding setting to talk about how light bulbs make you horny? Come on, seriously. And then there's also an entire section where she's talking about Selma Hayek's boobs. How does that feed into what you're trying to do in this series? I honestly believe all of the issues from this series, all of the issues with the weddings, they could have all been solved if the bride and groom simply communicated, were transparent with one another, and just remembered to love one another and put each other first. Those would have solved majority of the issues in this series. Only episode 3, I believe, had an actual issue. And that's because the bride and groom, their families spoke different native languages. And so there was a communication barrier. And that was quite an interesting topic to tackle. But that's it. Besides that, there were no actual real issues that normal wedding planners don't face all the time. The only good thing I can say about this series is that the production value was very, very high. This series was made incredibly, incredibly well. But just because something is made well and it's shot brilliantly doesn't mean it's enjoyable. Jamie Lee, honestly, negatively impacted every scene she was in. She was constantly making jokes that weren't funny or just blatantly inappropriate, and all of her guest stars that were there to help her were incredibly grating and got on my nerves. I'm actively less excited to plan my wedding after watching this series. And that's not a good thing. But guys, thank you so much for watching this review. You guys are the best. You're awesome. And I hope to see you again in another review.